Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division. I am your host for this evening. I am the Crushinator, and I've got tonight's matchup between ReGen and the other Koreans. These teams are forming up the lobby, they're getting ready to go. But before that, I want to let you know a little bit about the league. If you put !Matcherino in the chat, you can contribute to the prize pool for this season of Storm Division. Right now we're sitting at $1,394. We're looking to get, I believe Tetcher wanted to see it over 2,000 by the end of week 3 or 4. So get on in there, contribute to the prize pool, and make sure that these great players are competing for the best community prize possible. And don't forget, Patreon, if you want to support Nexus Gaming Series and everything they're doing. They're running a fantastic organization here, the most teams they've had in NGS in quite a long time, and every little bit helps. So, as our teams get ready, I'll just make sure to let them know that I am good to go. Perfect. Alright, I don't have the hot or not for you this week, but what I do have is the tail of the tape. Yes, it's week 3, which means I have stats. Look at those lovely stats. ReGen coming into tonight's matchup at 1 win and 1 loss on the match record. 5-5 on the maps. Their best maps so far: Battlefield of Eternity, they're 2-0. Dragonshire, they are 1-0. Best heroes, ETC, sitting at 3-2. Lucio, they're 2-0. There's a lot of heroes they have at 1-0, so I decided to highlight Illidan. 1-0 on Illidan. The other Koreans, also very even in their record so far. 1 win and 1 loss on the match. 4 wins and 4 losses on the map record. Best maps so far: Volskaya Foundry and Brax's Holdout. Best heroes: 2-1 on the Vikings, 2-1 on Rexar, and 2-0 on Deathwing. Sorry, just making sure everything's good in the lobby. I thought they were asking me to do something, but turns out they've got to do it. Got to toss that captain's hat around. Looks like they're almost good to go. As we're starting up here, I got one more screen for you. One more set of stats. It's the map screen. Yeah. ReGen won the coin flip and chose to take first pick for this series. ReGen banning away Dragonshire and Brax's Holdout, and the other Koreans banning away Tomb of the Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow. And it is the other Koreans that are going to be taking us to Volskaya Foundry for game number 1. Almost ready to go. Let's see if we can get the hard transition here. Can we get a draft right away? Or are we going to have to go back to the crush cam? I think we're going to go back. Hope everyone in chat's having a fantastic evening, getting ready for this big Storm Division matchup. Both these teams, 1 win and 1 loss. Getting ready to break the streak. One of them's going up, one of them's going down, and it looks like the draft is going down. Let's get into it. Volskaya Foundry. Alrighty then. Getting set up here for draft number 1. ReGen thinking about their first ban here on Volskaya Foundry. Looks like we've got a possible internet issue. Everything good? Hopefully, hope everything's good. Hopefully we don't have to redo this draft, but I think we're going to be okay. ReGen thinking about their first ban here on Volskaya Foundry. There's a lot of oddball heroes that have been doing very well for the other Koreans. It's going to be the Ana ban to start off with. And Garrosh quickly banned away by the other Koreans in response. Both heroes doing particularly well here in the Storm Division. Not too surprising to see those two banned away. ReGen thinking about the next ban. It is D.Va. In case you weren't aware, D.Va and Gazlowe are legal for this series. So we might see, won't see D.Va, but we may see Gazlowe. Chromie going to be banned away by the other Koreans. Chromie has been doing very well. But I think she's up to a winning record now. She's been banned a whole lot. And she had a bit of a losing record going into my match last week. But I didn't get the updated stats on Chromie. But we definitely saw Chromie had huge impact in the games that I did last week. ReGen thinking about their first overall pick on Volskaya Foundry. It will be ETC, picked up by Hot Show. ETC, still a very, very contested tank. Quick pick of Greymane coming through for any problem. What will be the response? So we've already got a tank banned out. We've got a tank picked. I wonder... I'm expecting... Oh, Klatzy gonna actually pick up the Deathwing. The other Koreans 2-0 on Deathwing so far. So they're looking to make that 3-0 here. I wonder if it's going to be a Deathwing main tank. I've seen that a couple times, where they have Deathwing just sort of tank everything. Looks like my... Welcome to Nexus Gaming, somebody. I've got my alert box all messed up, but whoever just got the follow, thank you very much. It's going to be Stukov and Li Ming, picked up by Valimar and Centurion. So, we've got the main damage, the main healer, and the main tank already picked up here for ReGen, thinking about banning away that flex pick. Or that offlaner. Here is the other Koreans. See what they want to ban away. It is going to be Raynor taken off the board. Raynor, definitely a strong pairing with Li Ming. ReGen, they're looking down at Greymane and Deathwing. That's a pretty good pair there, since Greymane is often taken to counter Deathwing. So we'll see if they want to draft around some more poke damage, some more percent damage, as Diablo is quickly taken off the board by ReGen. So they're suspecting that the other Koreans are going to take a tank alongside this Deathwing. It could happen. I mean, you can throw Deathwing down in the solo. You can have Deathwing rotate as just a wave clear monster. So we'll see what the other Koreans want to do. Jay is going to pick up the Mace, so they are going to go with a normal tank here, and the Palada is going to be playing Yrel in that off lane. So is it going to be a Yrel rotation, or is it going to be a Deathwing rotation? Interesting stuff. Coming in from the other Koreans. ReGen, they've got to think about who to put down there in the bottom lane. Leo's still available, Imperius still available. See what they want to pick up alongside the Li Ming. It is going to be the Leo, and Unaverted is going to be playing the Sylvanas. Okay, so Leo definitely does very well into Deathwing, can go versus Yrel in the bottom lane with some efficiency as well, so nice pickup there from ReGen. So we see the other Koreans looking to finish off their last pick here. It's going to be Deckard coming in for iTunes. So Deckard, this is probably Deckard's best map here. Just being able to set up for the objective, get those potions down well in advance of the next team fight. And get people stuck in large places in front of that Deathwing Death Flame is very cool too. Alright, our drafts are set. We've got ReGen versus the other Koreans. Game number 1. Let's get into it. Alrighty, loading in here to map number 1. One more quick look at the comps, and we're going to be ready to go. Alrighty, on the left, in the blue, we have ReGen. With Unaverted playing the Sylvanas. TT Porky is on the Leoric, Valimar on the Stukov, Hacho is playing ETC, and Centurion on the Li Ming. On the right in the red, It is the other Koreans with Jay on the Mei. iTunes is playing Deckard, the Pilata on Urel, Any Problem on Greymane, and Klatzy on the Deathwing.
4, 3.
Let's get into game number 1 here. So we take a quick look at the opening talents. No questing talents to be seen. So we'll see how these teams want to commit to the opening fight here. Li-Meng going to be dismounted first, followed by the Pilata. We're just going to wait and clear these waves, not do anything too crazy. Centurion trying to bait out some abilities with that teleport. It looks like ReGen will have the wave clear advantage to begin with, but both teams getting a pretty good clear on this wave. The ETC are going to have to slide on out of there, as Urel and Leoric are going to retreat down to the bottom lane, and it will be Deathwing on this rotation. Valimar trying to use the silence to dismount the members of the other Koreans. Hacho going right in, stuns 3 with the slide and avoids the Deckard route. Being chased away by Any Problem, but it looks like Hacho's going to be just fine for now. Jay taking a big hit there from Centurion. As it looks like Porky came up to the mid lane to aid in this rotation. The Pilata's going to be doing the same thing. And both teams just keeping a good eye on both lanes, making sure they're not missing those orbs. And with the turret camps becoming available, they're going to go ahead and start those up. Porky is hanging out down here. Hope everyone's having a good time there in chat. I see Murda, I see Not Paradox, Backg, Nozdub. Hope you're all having a fantastic time tonight. Porky getting slowed down by the Pilata on the rotation as both teams pick up their turrets without any trouble. Hacho still in the top lane, making sure to try to get those orbs to expire. Can Jay get there in time? Oh no, it's a couple of orbs denied there by Hacho. We're going to see these teams do a lot of that, freezing these lanes, making sure to get as much of an XP advantage in the early game as possible. You can see a little bit of extra minion XP going over to ReGen here. Any Problem prepping the siege camp on the left-hand side. We'll see ReGen picking up the objective, or picking up the siege camp before the next objective. Right now, the Pilata and Porky are doing a lot of rotations to the mid lane to try to make sure that there's nothing missed in that soak. Hacho being chased out a little bit here. Gets slowed by Mei, but it looks like taking the long way out was the right way to go. We're going to see Unaverted using those black arrows to pick up the siege camp on the left as control point A is unlocking in about 20 seconds here. Centurion avoiding the roaming gank squad here of the other Koreans. Once again, Hacho is just kind of hanging out in the top lane. ReGen isn't doing a full 4-player rotation. They're kind of doing a sort of a 1-3-1 where Porky's coming up from the bottom lane, making sure they've got full coverage heading into this first objective. Getting a level 7 on this objective point A gets you a pretty big advantage here. We'll see how much time they can get with this experience lead. Both siege camps taken, going to be pushing down the top lane. Will demand a response from these teams at some point. But both teams want to start their initial channel here on the point as Porky comes up to try to harass Klatzy. Deathwing still at full plate stack, so the armor very high at 40 there. There's the stun onto Hacho. Centurion and the Pilata brawling in the middle of the lane. And it looks like the other Koreans are going to control the point for now. Jay getting the icing onto Hacho. The slide is there and the Deckard route is avoided by ReGen, but that will be some progress now picked up by the other Koreans. Sylvanas and Urel have retreated to the top lane to try to clear out those siege camps that were taken earlier. Oh, Hacho getting the slide onto Any Problem. The silence is good as well, and Greymane will be the first to go down. Jay managing to pick up the turret for the other Koreans, but that is first blood going over to ReGen. Still maintaining the pressure is Unaverted, putting a lot of damage onto the Pilata up there, forcing the tap and almost getting the kill still. Could there be a kill here? Unaverted is going for it. The Pilata still has the Hand of Freedom. It looks like Urel will manage to get away, playing with fire there a little bit. The other Korean's going to go ahead and pick up their second turret. We're going to see Centurion working on the same thing here for ReGen. 95% on this, though. There's the slide onto Jay, but it looks like at 99% Jay will manage to get onto the point and stall things out here. We'll need to stay there until the rest of the team comes on in. Centurion is going to be a little bit late, still trying to take this turret. But ReGen has a lot of time here. Only 15% of the objective has been channeled by the other Koreans so far. So they'll have time to regroup. Unaverted getting a lot of value in the top lane. Already taking out the top wall and moving on to the top keep. Centurion may not be so lucky though. The Palada getting that jump and getting the kill. This could spell trouble here for ReGens. 15 seconds till Li Ming's back on the field, and we're already at 50% on this objective. Unaverted is going to have to come on down and join this fight. Yrel getting some extra soak in the bottom lane. Speaking of extra XP though, almost at level 10 here is ReGen. If they can pick up a wave or two, Leo in the bottom lane trying to get that extra experience. They could get level 10 and step on this point before the full channel, and there it is. Can Hotcho manage to get on this point? The slide is there, and yes, it will be contested. This Hotcho gonna have to be careful. There's a great blizzard coming out from Jay, catching two. Gladiator's Medallion is used, but Hotcho is gonna go down. Porky uses the Entomb on the backline, trying to find the kill onto Greymane, but any problem, just going right over those Deckard Potions is gonna squeeze on out of there. And it looks like the other Koreans are gonna pick up the first protector of the game. They got the level 10, but they were still very low from that last fight, and they were not able to commit to the 4v5 and get that kill. So the other Koreans are going to be taking some damage on this mid wall and moving up to the top lane. Speaking of those heroics, ReGen picking up the Wailing Arrow, the Entomb, massive shove coming out here for Stukov, Mosh Pit, and Wave of Force. The other Koreans now having the heroic options. We'll see the Avalanche from Mei, Ardent Defender, Curse Bullet. It's going to be Bellowing Roar from Deathwing, and Stay a While and Listen from Deckard. As this well is still alive, it's got only a breath of health left in it, but it is still up. We'll see if ReGen can keep the other Koreans off of that well before Control Point B unlocks. Centurion watching this middle rotation here. The other Koreans wanting to create some space. Hotcho looking at any problem. Any problem. Has no problems at the moment. Staying at nice and full health. As we see our offlaners continuing to rotate between mid and bot. And both teams going to try to control the mid. It looks like the other Koreans working on this heal camp for now. Hotcho's sliding right into Jay. The Palada is in the back line. The Blizzard's splitting the team. Hotcho's going to have to come around the long way here. The other Koreans controlling this heal. There's the Silence Arrow onto 3. Stun from the Palada onto Porky and Valimar. It looks like the rest of ReGen will manage to get away, though. The other Koreans sneak a heal camp and get away scot-free. There's another slide onto Jay, followed up by the Silence. Jay is turning things around, though. The rest of ReGen avoiding the combo from Deckard, while Jay mounts up and gets away. Both teams going to be working on their turret camp once again. Unaverted picking up the left side turret. Looks like ReGen not interested in invading the right side for now. Looking at Jay in the mid lane. Unaverted coming up, putting some damage onto Mei. But Jay will manage to get away. Meanwhile, the Palada just trying to freeze that wave close to the red side of the field. And ReGen really are just kind of sharking around, waiting for anyone to get out of position. But the other Koreans doing a great job of not showing anything, not stepping out too far. The Palada can move out fairly safely as Yrel. And ReGen's going to start getting some siege here in the mid lane, taking out one cannon tower, using those black arrows to try to advance forward. Unaverted going to have to be careful of the engage here, managing to flank around the edges. There's the Entomb. The Silence lands before Deckard can get the sleep, and Deckard Kane's going to go down. Klotzy entering the battlefield. Jay and the Palada are very, very low. Klotzy has not dropped the heal camp just yet. Bellowing Roar is out. And there's the counter kill onto Porky. Leoric is down. And ReGen, with two members very, very low, do not manage to pick up those extra 2 kills after the kill onto Deckard. Palada wants Unaverted in the backline, getting the stun into the corner. Somehow, the Haunting Wave from Unaverted is good. Klotzy going right in there with the Cataclysm, taking some damage underneath that remaining cannon tower. And TT Porky, now resurrecting, is going to get the kill onto Deathwing. Any problem getting slowed by Porky as well. This could be big trouble. The Silence Arrow is back out, but Sylvanas is the first to go down. Any problem trying to get away from Porky here. Ran over that one potion. Mei is killed in the mid lane by the rest of ReGen. Any problem managing to get away here, but quite the scrap heading into point B. Need some water after that one, goodness me. Right side siege camp has been picked up by the other Koreans. ReGen haven't started their siege camp just yet, but Hotcho is going to try to start the progress here for ReGen. Leo coming on down, possibly for a gank onto the Palata with Stukov. We'll see how this goes. Porky managing to pick up the heal camp, trying to get the grasp onto the Palata. But Urel's going to go ahead and get away with that Divine Steed talent. And Hotcho is just channeling the point here for ReGen, as Unaverted picks up the siege camp for the blue team. Once again, Valimar just trying to delay the rotations of the Palata in the bottom lane, using those massive shoves to send Urel way out of lane there. Klatzy is going to help the rest of the other Koreans try to take another heal camp here in the mid. Centurion is going to see it, using that extended teleport to get on out of there. But this is going to be control point B going over to ReGen. Uncontested, surprisingly enough. Top lane was already pushed in by Unaverted during that first objective, so this Protector will be getting some chip damage onto the middle fort and probably heading on down to the bottom lane. Level 16 is here for ReGen as well, so the other Koreans are definitely going to have to be careful on this defense. Mid fort can be taken out very easily by ReGen. Looks like Porky making sure to clear that wave. The Palata scouting out the advancing ReGen, making sure the wave is pushed up, so they will have no minion support here. But bottom wall is already kind of softened up. ReGen might be looking for a bottom fort here. Very healthy is this Protector as it moves onto the fort. Jay taking a lot of damage in the back line. Oh, the Silence Arrow! Not quite enough to take out Mei. The tap from the well, enough ReGen to keep Mei alive. And bottom fort is absolutely going down here, as Unaverted using the Haunting Wave very aggressively to get onto the members of the other Koreans, who have now found level 16, so they're on even talent tiers. We'll see what they can do with this defense as the keep wall is now under siege. The Palata looking for any kind of angle here, trying to jump over top of ReGen. It looks like ReGen's on the retreat. Protector trying to get some dismounts. Ooh, a great massive shove there from Valimar, sending Jay into the back line. Protector's down, that means Hotcho and Centurion are back on the field, and they're going to be fighting to take out this keep wall. The stun from Klatzy is not there. Jay gets the icing onto 3 though. Hotcho trying to peel away, but there it is. Looks like we're going to have a fight here. Porky in the back line trying to use that Wraithwalk to get away. ReGen still trying to escape, Unaverted. Getting a little bit of damage onto Klatzy. It looks like the other Koreans will not continue the chase. Unless Hotcho wants to continue the chase. Ooh, a very nice icing from Jay. There's the Entomb onto Klatzy. Uses the Bellowing Roar, but does not have the Cataclysm available. Deathwing going down to half health, going down to 20 armor. Porky trying to reduce the damage of the other Koreans' backline. Both teams do have a heal camp they can use. Porky puts down the heal camp for ReGen. The Palata taking some damage from Unaverted. He's continuing to take damage from Unaverted, heading over to the mid lane. There's the Silence Arrow, and Unaverted takes out Urel. Very nice chase by Unaverted. ReGen deciding to push down this bottom lane. They want this keep with Urel down. That's a big part of the defensive power of the other Koreans taken away. Jay putting out the Blizzard, trying to destroy the minions, but Black Arrows have turned off the keep. So ReGen are going to pick up this keep before control point C is even available. Very nice job by ReGen, taking advantage of their 5v4. And they're going to move backwards and start to paint the map blue here. Excuse me. Such action. The other Koreans picking up their siege camp while they have the opportunity. Urel just now back onto the field. ReGen picking up another heal camp here. The teams right now are just looking around. ReGen with a pretty significant level lead now. They've got the hero kills. They've got the mercenaries. Now a full level lead ahead. Mostly from that passive XP. They've still got their 6 structures to the remaining 2 of the other Koreans. So that's going to be a big problem. That's going to be a long time where ReGen is level 20 and the other Koreans are not. Centurion getting the dismount here. Hotcho looking for a possible advance here. It looks like they want to watch their positioning. The massive shove onto Jay is good. Valimar is being targeted here by the other Koreans. Level 20 is not here yet. Wave of Force pushing back Yrel for now, allowing Valimar to escape. Unaverted dishing out the damage once again here. The chase is on. They want Yrel again. Ardent Defender is up, but the Polado wisely holding on to the Heroic. As ReGen has level 20 as Control Point C unlocks. ReGen just moving around the lanes. Jay looking to ice in, finds Hot Show. Valimar is the target once again, is stunned by the Blizzard. There's the single mosh, and the tour bus onto the back line stops the Deckard from interrupting the kill onto Mei. So Jay is going to be down here. Very nice play by Hot Show. The silencing entomb is there onto Deckard as well. Wave of Force pushing Deckard way back into ReGen, and that's a double kill. The chase is not done. Porky wants any problem. Gonna head on down to the bottom lane. The silence arrow onto Yrel. The silence drops. The Paladin able to put up the Ardent Defender, but Yrel gonna go down. That is the third kill, and ReGen wants the core here. TT Porky pushed away by the core, eats that cursed bullet, and any problem. Gonna try their best on the defense here. Clatzy gonna be throwing out a lot of big stuns, but with the only 2 members left, this could be trouble here for the other Koreans. Still 8 seconds till Mei is back on the field. The core shielding is gone. We're down to 85%. Burn is not going super quickly here for ReGen. For 50% on the core, but Mei is back on the field. It looks like it may be too little too late here for the other Koreans. 15% on the core. The Auric is going to go down, but so is the red core. ReGen picking up game number 1. GG. Alright, quick look here at the post-game screen. Not a ton of kills this game, 8-5 here for ReGen. But they found their advantages early, they hung on to that XP lead, snowballed that into the late game, and brought in the victory. Unaverted, leading the charts on the hero damage on the Sylvanas, 69,000, a very nice round number there. And any problem on the Grey Mane, dealing the 53k there for the other Koreans. I think that game really came down to the lead that Unaverted managed to get on Sylvanas in the top lane, getting a ton of work done during Control Point A, the rest of the team not managing to pick up the first objective, but delaying it long enough for Unaverted to get basically all that you would get with that objective number 1. Very nicely done here. And it looks like our teams are pretty much ready to go, so no talents for you. We're going to be going to Battlefield of Eternity for game number 2. Let's go ahead and key that in. We chose BOE. Alright, so I'm going to hit you with the transition one more time, get that music pumping once again. Excuse me. It's been a thirsty match, man. Alright, we're setting up the lobby here. Battlefield of Eternity will be our next map. Let them know that I am ready. We'll see how they do here. Alright, I think I'm good. Alright, ReGen says they're ready. Once again, make sure you check out the match arena for the Storm Division. Every little bit helps. Every little bit goes to the winning teams here in the Storm Division at the end of the season. So make sure you go donate what you can and support the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division. Looks like our teams are about ready. Hope you enjoyed game number 1. I'll take you back to the map screen here if you're just joining us to remind you of the state of this series. Dragonshire, Braxis Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Cursed Hollow were banned away by our teams today. Volskaya Foundry was chosen by the other Koreans, but it was ReGen that picked up the victory in game number 1. And now ReGen will be taking us to Battlefield of Eternity for game number 2. See who can pull ahead. Can ReGen go up the ever-important 2-0 in this series? Or are the other Koreans going to bring it back? Looks like our teams are about ready. We'll be getting into the draft here in just a moment. There it is. There it is. Alrighty. Battlefield of Eternity is our next map. This is the map ReGen is 2-0 on so far in Storm Division. So they're looking to really enter this series strong, get up with that 2-0 lead. But we'll see if the other Koreans have something cooking for them. As we are going to have an alternated first pick here. The other Koreans will have first pick, unlike last draft. We're looking for the first band coming out here from the other Koreans. Battlefield of Eternity, definitely a Li Ming type of map. We saw some good plays there from Centurion on Li Ming. It's still going to be the Garrosh band, though, coming out from the other Koreans. Hard to deny the value of Garrosh, especially here on Battlefield. You can get sort of an extra stun in there. You throw people into the Immortal stun. That stuns for a very, very long time. So, given how strong Garrosh is in the league so far, makes a lot of sense for sure. Makes a lot of sense for sure. ReGen thinking about their next ban here. They're going to ban away the Li Ming. They don't want to give that away first pick. So despite the performance in game number 1, now that they are second pick, they don't want to give that away over to the other Koreans. Chromie once again banned away by the other Koreans. So they're pretty set on which heroes they don't want to see. It's been 2 maps in a row they've banned away Garrosh and Chromie. Now with teams at this level, there's not, you know, it pretty much comes down to the team fight. There's a lot of macro pressure that these teams can put on, but ultimately the team fight is where it's at, and that's where you're going to see the bans really focused on. As we see with ReGen banning away Ana, who is, I wouldn't say she's alone on S tier here in Storm Division, but she absolutely exists there. Doing very, very well so far. Diva will be the first pick here for Jay. Interesting to see Jay on the Diva. So we get our first Diva of the day, played by the other Koreans. ReGen looking to respond here. I think I've cast maybe like 2 Diva games so far, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be Malfurion coming out for Valimar, and once again, Hotcho is going to pick up the ETC. Snap Diablo pick coming in from the Palada, and Klatzy once again on the Deathwing. Interesting. So we've got a little bit of a switch here. We've got Jay that picked up Diva and the Palada grabbing Diablo. I wonder if that's going to switch around in the coming, at the end of the draft here. Lucio banned away by ReGen. Lucio, another very strong healer here in the Storm Division. So not surprising at all to see that ban. With Malfurion and ETC picked up, I haven't seen a whole lot of Malfurion here in Storm Division. But you're thinking about follow-up stuns, you're thinking about blow-up. Greymane will be banned away here, just a great race hero. Great follow-up for an ETC Malfurion. Centurion gonna go ahead and snap that Tychus right away here. So gonna put some big damage onto both Diablo and Deathwing, and Unaverted gonna be playing the very safe, poke-heavy Hanzo. So very nice DPS pickups from ReGen there. Hanzo is on my list of heroes to learn. I really want to learn how to play Hanzo. When he does well, he does so well. Last 2 picks here coming in for the other Koreans. They need their big damage coming out from any problem in iTunes. It's going to be Raynor, and Stukov will be the healer for iTunes. Stukov and Raynor. Alright. Last pick here for ReGen. They've got to think about who they're going to throw into the top lane versus, I would guess, Diva? Could be Deathwing. Should be Diva, though. Yrel is open. Imperius is open. It's going to be Arthas, though. Coming in from TT Porky. Interesting. Is it going to be a switch? Jay still on the Diva there. Interesting. I'm watching closely. I was expecting the Palada to switch over to Diva. But if Jay's ready to take the Diva... Okay. Fair enough. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Let's get it going. Alrighty. Once again on the left in the blue is ReGen with TT Porky on the Arthas. Valimar is playing Malfurion. Centurion is on the Tychus. Hotcho on the ETC. And Unaverted is playing Hanzo. On the right in the red, it is the other Koreans with Jay on the Diva. Klatzy once again on the Deathwing. Any Problem playing the Rainer. iTunes is on Stukov. And the Palada playing Diablo.
5, 4, 3.
Beefy front line indeed coming in from the other Koreans. Diva, Deathwing, and Diablo up front. They're going to have to stand and fight versus a Tychus and a Hanzo. A couple of great shredding heroes. Taking a look at those level 1 quests, it's going to be Scatter Arrows here for Unaverted on the Hanzo and the Howling Blast quest for Porky in the top lane. Unaverted avoiding the stun there from Klatzy as the waves Klatzy clash. That didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Hotcho getting the stun there onto Any Problem. Centurion stepping up. The Palada pushing in Hotcho though. There's a silence. I think all 4 were silenced for a moment there. Hotcho taking some big damage, but manages to get away. ReGen gonna definitely have trouble pushing into this Stukov Deathwing. That's a lot of zone control coming out from the other Koreans. Quick check-in in the top lane. Porky putting some damage onto Jay so far, landing those early roots. 3 so far, working on that quest. A lot of finding Hotcho in the backline, getting the extra flip, but Hotcho's just going to take the bottom passage on out of there. Centurion actually getting stunned and silenced. Any Problem using that penetrating round, and Centurion will have to tap and rejoin the battle here, as Unaverted is now getting onto the flank, throwing out those scatter arrows, and trying to burn down those big health bars on the side of the other Koreans. Unaverted using that vault to get away from the Palada. Once again, Hotcho just guiding the other Koreans away. The other Koreans are doing a great job of controlling this lane. So far, they're really setting the pace here in the early game. There's the root onto the Palada, putting Diablo down to about half health there. The Valimar taking a whole lot of damage. You have to be careful in the backline. Slowed a lot by iTunes there. Checking back in on the top lane. Porky trying to get the mech taken out, but Jay got him taken down to less than 100 health. There it is. Diva will be dismounted. Teams now are going to be looking for their shaman camps. So we have Hotcho and Valimar coming around to try to find the gank on Jay. They're in the bush for now. The root is good. Hotcho is going to get the slide as well. There's the root, and there's the kill. Diva taken out. Jay playing fast and loose with that pilot form. Will be taken out before this objective, or will be back on the field for this objective, but taken out beforehand. Both teams working on their shaman camps for now. Unaverted was trying to take that solo, taking a little bit of extra damage there in the early going, as we see the other Koreans picking up their shaman camp on the right-hand side. Checking back in on the experience, almost 400 from that kill. ReGen picked up for first blood. A little bit ahead on the minions as well, heading into objective number 1. So we see Unaverted going to be trying to burn this down a little bit. Jay on the defense, as well as Klatzy. Having that moving auto attack, very important, going to be pretty difficult for Hanzo to deal with in a one-on-one. The rest of ReGen setting up for the defense here. Looks like Centurion is going to move in there. Klatzy having to move back. Jay and the Palada starting to move in. Unaverted managing to get away from the Palada's advance. It looks like we're going to be fighting over this top immortal for now. Rainer in the bottom lane is getting some work done. Hotcho trying to respond with that ETC. The double stun onto Malfurion is good. And that's going to be the first kill of the game for the other Koreans. Mech Explosion is out here. Centurion and TT Porky both get a little bit clipped by it. And ReGen's going to have to start backing off here. Hacho sees the team, is starting to peel away. Still trying to get any problem off of this objective. Platzi's going right in there. Unaverted finishing that level 1 quest. Centurion managing to get away as well. Gladiator's Medallion. Oh! Unaverted. Still going in. Unaverted by the fact that they have less than 50 health. Gonna try to get some extra damage onto iTunes. Centurion playing with fire as well. Speaking of fire, that's Hanzo going down to the fire breath of Deathwing. As we see these teams getting into burn positions, Klotzi moving across the field, gonna have to be using those stuns and lava pools to try to slow down the DPS of ReGen. Any problem in iTunes in the back, still trying to get that burn in. Centurion trying to get away from the Palada, but Jay is there for the body block as well. That's going to be Tychus going down. Porky and Hacho trying to get away here. And that will be the other Koreans picking up this first objective. Ooh, the route not quite there onto Diablo. And these teams are going to go ahead and reset and get ready for this first push of the game. Taking a look back at the experience tab, the extra 3 hero kills allowing the other Koreans to pull ahead. Hacho sliding right in there as Deathwing drops down, trying to dissuade the other Koreans from heading on in there. Shielding already gone on this Immortal. Got some very good burn there from Unaverted and Centurion. Some good safe burn onto this objective. See how much further it goes. We'll see how much further the other Koreans want to go. As iTunes placing down that warding silence. Fort taken down to about 60% health there. Decent kind of push for number 1. So it looks like any problem starting up this this camp. Hacho sees it. Can ReGen get on in here for the delay? The Palada going right over the wall. Centurion in the backline trying to find some damage. Starts burning down iTunes. Cataclysm is popped by Klatzy, and the camp will be taken by the other Koreans. Hacho may not be done, though, looking for a possible flank. Deathwing back in the air. Gonna start throwing down those Skyfalls. Hacho not finding the slide onto the Palada. And these teams just gonna go ahead and try to clear away these lanes. Checking back into the top lane, Jay, again, not quite finding that mech. We'll see whether Porky can get the mech deletion again. Hacho not finding the slide, but managing to push back Diablo before the flip into the towers was completed. Arthas nearly done with that level 1 quest, 17 out of 20 routes, going for an auto attack speed build in the top lane. Hacho looking for that slide once again. There's the flip. The Gladiator's Medallion is there, but the body block was complete. Hacho is going to try to walk on out of there as any problem. Trying to get the big damage. Now the slide is good. Any problem is mounted up. The slow from iTunes is there. There's the silence, and there's the kill. ETC is going to go down here before the rest of the team can commit. Porky gets the root on any problem, followed up by the Malfurion root. The Gladiator's Medallion saving Raynor for now. As we now see the other Koreans are on top of this objective, and they're about to have level 10. Looks like they're going to go ahead and back off for now. That's going to give ReGen some time to burn this down. Level 10 is here for the other Koreans. We've got the micro missiles coming out for D.Va. Gets Hyperion, Bellowing Roar, Massive Shove, and Apocalypse. ReGen still trying to find their level 10s, but will be getting a lot of work done on this first burn. Going to be heading over to the Shaman camp on the left. Same thing with the other Koreans. They're trying to pick up this Shaman camp in the objective downtime. Both teams going to go ahead and start that up. ReGen a little bit further behind on the camp clear. Will now pick that up and move into defensive positions. Both teams have their level 10s here. It is the, it's actually Dragon Strike coming in for Hanzo. It is the Mosh Pit, Odin, the, Tranquility. Klatzy is going right in, and the Army of the Dead for Porky. Bellowing Roar catches 2. Odin coming out. Jay in the backline trying to pop that mech explosion. Looking for an opportunity, and there it is. The zoning tool is out for the other Koreans. The Palada looking for the Odin. Centurion is flipped. Unstoppable onto the Palata, and it looks like ReGen is holding their positions for now on this defense, trying to move through that lava pool of Deathwing. No kills so far. Both teams pretty healthy. Both teams want to get into positions in the off lane to try to clear away those shaman camps. But ReGen has the burn available. Centurion is locked on. Unaverted is putting on the damage as well. Jay moving up, gets rooted. We'll see whether the poke of ReGen can get this last 2,700 health down, or whether they're going to need another surge in. Shaman camp in the bottom lane is still getting work done, spawning those minions and getting that minion wave, but it looks like the Shaman will finally fall, as ReGen clearing out the Shaman as well. Porky and Unaverted are on top of this Immortal. It looks like ReGen will be picking up Immortal number 2 here. They may not be done, though. There's the root onto the Palata, there's the follow-up root as well, and Diablo's gonna go down. That double root combo is doing a lot of work here for ReGen in the early game. And they're gonna be pushing the top as 4. Porky gonna head down to verse Jay in the bottom lane once again. But we're gonna have a really healthy Immortal pushing into this top lane. Stukov making their way back onto the battlefield here for the other Koreans. Double stun coming out from Klatzy. There's the slide onto Raynor, though. The follow-up route is good. Manages to get the armor off, and any problem will get on out of there. Ooh, taking some big damage from that scatter shot. Apocalypse doesn't hit anybody as ReGen looking to move in. Palata still slowed. Porky putting out those big slows. Speaking of big, Hotcho gets a big push there from iTunes. But ReGen's not done. The long-range damage of Odin. Oh, can't find the kill onto iTunes. And the fort is taken down. This Immortal still almost full health. The shields are gone, but it's going to be heading onto this keep wall. Odin still has a few seconds left on it. The Centurion pops on out of there and gets the burn. Standing in the lava pool a little bit, Centurion's going to take some big damage. Mosh Pit is still available here for Hotcho, but no other heroics are available. Jay in the bottom lane on D.Va, still getting some counter soak done. Checking in on that experience tab. ReGen still ahead on the minions, but not by a whole lot. As Jay getting rooted by Porky, but using those boosters to get away from the second root of Valimar. Yeah, it's the structure advantage here for ReGen that's really getting them going here. Or the set structure damage getting those walls. As they're going to go ahead and get the counter camp here in the bottom lane. Micro missiles, putting some damage there onto Hotcho. The Palata sneaking around here. The rest of the other Koreans are not in position. Jay somehow managing to get away with those boosters. APOC onto 3, but the damage of the other Koreans is not here. And ReGen will simply reset and continue their push with this camp. Hanzo in the top lane, getting some work done, clearing away the camp that was taken by the other Koreans. And ReGen trying to push in and possibly take out this well. Looks like they won't have the opportunity. Jay gets the body block onto Centurion briefly, putting out those micro missiles once again. The Palata's going in, wants Hotcho. Cataclysm is committed, and the other Koreans want this fight. ReGen does not want to give it to them. The stun onto Hotcho is there, but the chase isn't going to be enough. That's Cataclysm committed. Apocalypse is down as well. Hotcho trying to dissuade the advance. The other Koreans aren't done, though. They want to go in. They're down 2 heroics to the 5 of ReGen. Centurion taking a lot of damage, though. Jay has the mech explosion, so they do have the zoning potential over this, and there it is. Dragon Strike is out onto Klatzy. Mech Explosion dealing some big damage there to ReGen. There's an extra stun onto Porky and Centurion. Bellowing Roar is going to push away the damage of ReGen for now. Jay trying to get away. The root is out. The follow-up root is there. Silence onto 3, though. And Jay is taken out. Porky has got the double kill. Can't find the root onto iTunes, but looking for the slow with that constant aura. Unaverted goes for the scatter arrow. Oh, iTunes was stuck in position with the long push onto Hanzo, and that's a double kill for ReGen. Diablo back on the field. The Palata clearing away the camp with the rest of the other Koreans. ReGen in a good position here to burn this Immortal Centurion using the Gladiator's Medallion to avoid the Immortal Stun there. Interesting choice. As we have defensive positions set up here. Stukov not back for 5 seconds. We'll see if the other Koreans can use this position to push away. There's 2 more medallions used by ReGen as we have the big blow up onto Malfurion. Hotshow in a lot of trouble in the backline as well, getting stunned out by the Immortal. That's 2 kills there for the other Koreans. And they're going to go ahead and move into burn position. The stun onto Porky, double stun comes out. Silence as well, Jay flanking on the outside, trying to get the kill onto Centurion. Jay is demeched, but the damage is not there for the follow-up, and so Pilot Form D.Va will live on. Still 10 seconds till Hotshow and Malfurion make it back onto the field. Centurion trying to throw over some grenades, get some extra damage in, but it will be the other Koreans picking up this 3rd Immortal of the game. As both teams end up with level 16, very even on the experience so far. Almost dead even, actually. As it looks like Porky. We've got a little bit of a split push going on here. Micro missiles going out, getting the slow onto Arthas. And we've got ourselves a split push. The other Koreans fully committing to the bottom lane here. Unaverted in the top lane is going to start the burn on the Immortal, and it's going to be a 4 versus 5 defense. There's the flip onto Porky once again. The Palada getting burned down a little bit, but going right back to full health thanks to that Stukov. Tranquility is out for ReGen. There's the Fear onto Hotshow, or onto Centurion rather. Tychus is going to get away. Porky may not be so lucky, and Arthas is down. There's the Mosh Pit onto 2. Klotzy trying to get the interrupt. Hotshow getting healed up by Malfurion. There's the mech explosion from Jay. Still only 1 dead here for ReGen. They've got the chance to pull off this defense as Unaverted is coming down from the top lane. Save that top fort, and it looks like they're going to save the bottom fort as well. There's a little bit of a late Dragon Strike there from Unaverted just in case. There's the slide onto D.Va. Ooh, the root follow-up is not there from Valimar, and Jay will start to walk away. All in all, losing Arthas, but saving both keeps for now is ReGen. That's pretty good for this point in the game to still have both your keeps after an objective. I would definitely take that. Klotzy getting knocked down to 3 armor plates. There's the Apocalypse, can't catch Centurion. Was trying to catch with that double stack, but Tychus managing to wiggle away there. As ReGen having to play very carefully. They're on the back foot a little bit here. The Palada scouting out Hotshow in that vision bush. Klotzy getting away from the advancing ReGen. They're all 5 here in the bottom lane. As the other Koreans are moving onto this top camp. TT Porky looking for the Palada in the mid. Unaverted gonna have to take out this catapult before it does too much damage to the top keep here. Palada looking for anyone here in the mid lane. It looks like we may have another camp invade here. D.Va does not have the bomb just yet, but could definitely build it up in this next fight. So ReGen trying to be very careful about the fight they pick. There's the double root. Then a very nice pushback onto Hotshow by any problem. Prevents the slide engage. Very, very nicely done. ReGen does gain the space to start this Shaman camp up, though. We'll see whether the other Koreans want to do it. Looks like they will not go for the invade. They're just going to go ahead and start up the objective. The burn is beginning. Unaverted trying to get the extra burn in for ReGen as the rest of the team goes in for the defense. Porky with the huge flank onto the back line, getting iTunes in any problem to flinch a little back there. Jay taking some damage from Unaverted in the bottom lane. Hyperion is out onto the members of ReGen. Porky gonna have to be careful here. The Palada actually getting stunned out by the Immortal, and Diablo has their souls reset. Will rejoin the battle, but will be significantly weaker than just a moment ago. Oh, Klotzy taking big damage from Unaverted, but will manage to get away. Jay, almost demeched, will hit the well and get back into position here. The other Koreans working on their Shaman camp as well, giving this first phase of the Immortal race over to ReGen. Still very even on the health so far. So we'll see where they want to go. It looks like we are in burn positions for our 2 teams. We'll see whether the other Koreans can advance in time. There's a lot of burn on the side of ReGen. They take that Immortal down to about 30% health. Uh-oh, the stun onto Tychus is there. Managing to get away with the cleanse, though, is Centurion. Porky may not be so lucky. Is somehow still alive, but going down there is Arthas. That's 1 kill for the other Koreans as Unaverted is being keyed onto by Jay. Oh, there's the big breath from Klotzy as well. Centurion managing to get away before that damage started ticking. Oh, Stukov could be in some trouble here. Stukov, the counter kill is there. Mech explosion coming out. They want this kill onto Jay. They find the kill onto Diva. The mech explosion does hit Unaverted and Centurion, but they manage to live. That's 2 kills for ReGen off the back of the 1 kill onto Porky. Both teams working on their burn, but it will be ReGen picking up this 4th Immortal. Unaverted's going to have to do something about this camp, though. Coming into the top lane, going to try to clear away the Shaman, clear away this Catapult. Centurion going to come and help, or else this keep could be toast. There it is. Okay, it looks like the defense is going to be there. Nicely done. We have a fairly weakened Immortal going to be pushing down the bottom lane. There's still 1 cannon tower available. Porky is back on the field. ReGen has their level 20. And the top lane is all the way pushed out here, so the other Koreans are not going to be able to split soak this. They've got to just wait for the experience to come to them. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to really have it for this defense. As Dragon Strike goes out, forcing the Palada and Klotzy into the corner. Hacho gets the slide onto Diablo. Klotzy taking a lot of damage, but a huge Bellowing Roar onto 3. Klotzy having to use the Cataclysm to try to reposition, going down to 1/4 health. Bottom keep being burned down by ReGen. Level 20 still not here. There's the double root. Odin is out, and ReGen want to end this game right now. The Immortal is already down to half health. Jay being targeted by ReGen. Immortal is taking out the shield. There's the tour bus onto Stukov. Stukov will not be able to heal up the other Koreans. Jay trying to cause as much havoc as possible. TT Porky trying to stay alive is taken out by any problem. Arthas first to fall in this fight. There goes Malfurion. I think the defense is going to be here for the other Koreans. Oh no, the core taking so much damage. ReGen managing to drag out that fight for long enough. The Immortal never went down, and ReGen goes up 2-0. Wow, I didn't think that I thought that Immortal was going down, but I guess the other Koreans had to switch their focus to ReGen to try to push Unaverted and Tychus for that Odin off the core, and the Immortal just wailing away the whole time, and ReGen go up 2-0 in this series. Actually, 10 kills to 8 coming in for the other Koreans, picking up the 2 extra kills. Jay putting in big work on the Diva, leading the siege and leading the hero damage. Putting in a lot of work on that backline with that moving auto attack. For ReGen, it was Unaverted on the Hanzo with 110,000 hero damage. Fantastic work there. Getting big poke damage and using those huge scatter arrows off all the terrain there on Battlefield of Eternity for ReGen. Very nicely done. We'll see if we can get a quick pick or a quick look onto the talent screen this time. And there it is. And we're going to be getting ready for game number 3 here. All right, game number 2 is in the books. ReGen looking to close this thing out 3-0. But can the other Koreans come back and get a win on the board? We shall see, but we're going to go to the break first. And without too much delay, we're going to have game number 3 for you. Don't go far. All right, we are back here in the NGS Storm Division. ReGen up 2-0 over the other Koreans, looking to close out this series. The other Koreans aren't done yet. They're going to be looking to get a point on the board and extend this series out to Game 4 and beyond. While we've got a moment here, I'd like to remind you about the Matcherino here for the NGS Storm Division. If you can head on over there, if you've got anything to give, contribute to the prize pool for this tourney. Everything goes over to the players, and everything you can give would be appreciated. As I stumble to finish this sentence. The draft's getting ready here. We're gonna go straight into it. You heard it, Infernal Shrines is the map. And it will be the other Koreans once again with the first pick. We saw Diva get through. Jay did some good work there. I wouldn't be surprised to see the focus onto Diva once again, as once again, Garrosh taken off the board here by the other Koreans. Deathwing banned away by ReGen. They're going to make Klatzy play something else this time. That means we may see, with Deathwing taking up that spot, maybe we see an Ana get through. Maybe we see a Chromie get through. See what the other Koreans are willing to do here. They've banned Chromie the last 2 games alongside the Garrosh. We'll see whether they do it again, or if they want to possibly lean towards picking it up themselves. It's going to be Greymane banned away, so they're leaving the door open for the Chromie. Diva very quickly banned away by ReGen. And it's going to be the Vikings coming out for the other Koreans. They are doing very well. 2-1 on the Vikings so far on the season here for Jay. As I struggle to type in the Lost Vikings, there we go. So it's going to be that kind of game. Vikings coming out for the other Koreans. We'll see what ReGen has in response here. It's going to be a Nubarak coming out early, and Sylvanas picked by Unaverted. Hot Show picking up that Anubarak. That's the first time we've seen Anubarak today. Unaverted playing Sylvanas. Alright, so they're going to be looking for those extra stuns onto those Vikings. Ana and ETC picked up by iTunes and the Palada. So Ana managing to make it through, as well as ETC. Chromie banned away here by ReGen. Guess they're not interested in playing it alongside that Sylvanas. ETC, iTunes playing the Ana. Fantastic. So we see Chromie was banned away by ReGen. Get the stats up there. The other Koreans, they've got their healer. We'll see whether they want to ban out something like a Deckard. Something like a Rhaegar. They're going to go ahead and ban away nothing. Hopefully there's not an internet issue there for Jay. Unfortunate there. See whether it's going to be a redraft. I've got no access to the chat, unfortunately, so if it does go down, we'll handle it then. For now, though, ReGen thinking about their next 2 picks alongside the Anubarak and the Sylvanas. It's going to be Karazim and Falstad coming in for ReGen. Very cool. Valimar picking up the Karazim, and Porky is going to be playing the Falstad. So we've got the global hero in the Falstad. We've got the killer. Oh my god, it's a Cho'Gall. So we got Vikings Cho'Gall coming in for the other Koreans. That was unexpected. Cho'Gall with the Leadened Orb right now is doing big work. I'm gonna let's put up the Cho stats. Why not? Get Cho stats on the board. ReGen thinking about how they want to counter the Lost Vikings and Cho'Gall. It's gonna be a Ragnaros. Trying to control that off-lane pressure. Centurion will be playing Falstad, and it will be Porky on that Quickly get the rag stats. Get the rag stats. All right. Game number 3. ReGen looking to close this thing out, and the other Koreans putting up their best here on Infernal Shrines. Who will come out on top? Let's find out. Alrighty. Game underway here. On the left in the blue, it is ReGen, with paused game being played by TT Porky. We've got an AFK. Alright. We're gonna hang here a second. The one player had to AFK real quick. Should be back up in just a moment. Gives us more time to just soak in the incoming Vikings and Cho'Gall. Just let it sit on the brain. Let it just flow through you and imagine how on earth the other Koreans are going to pull this off. They're going to have the Viking pressure in the lanes, which means they're not losing lane pressure with the Cho'Gall, I guess? Kinda, sorta? Man, I'm just as excited as you are. I have not seen a Vikings Cho'Gall combo yet. This is my first Vikings Cho'Gall combo. Especially since Cho got that big leadened orb change, where you can just kind of zerg down a core with the Ana nano boost. So ReGen definitely going to be looking to close out this game early before the super hyper mega Cho'Gall can just go kill the core in 4 seconds. I'm sure you've all seen the clip on Reddit. As far as I know, that's still possible. I don't believe that's I don't think that's a bug. I don't think it's been patched away. I think that's just something you do when you are a nano boosted level 20 Cho'Gall on a core. So will ReGen let it get to level 20? Or will the other Koreans find their win condition? I'm not sure. They do have the Anubarak and the Karazim ready to counter this Cho'Gall. They've got the Ragnaros pushing out the lanes, so they're not going to have just a quick path to the core. ReGen has pretty much everything they need to try to counter this strategy, but we'll see if they can pull it off. We'll see how the early and mid game goes. Looks like our teams are ready to go. I'm not the ref, right? I can just chill. Yeah, I think they can. I think they're good to restart the game. Yes. Okay. We're waiting on them. One team's ready. We're waiting on the other team to be ready, and then we will get going. All right. They've said they're ready. Fantastic. On the left in the blue, it is ReGen. Hacho is playing the Anubarak, Porky on the Ragnaros, Unaverted playing the Sylvanas, Valimar is on the Karazim, and Centurion playing the Falstad. On the right in the red, it is the other Koreans with Enilatsi on the Cho'Gall. J, and J are on the Vikings, the Palada playing ETC, and iTunes on the Ana. Here it is, game number 3. We've got the champs versus the cheese. How will it go? I've got a cannon tower that I've accidentally clicked on. I don't know how to, I don't know how to get rid of that little frame. What I do, though, as we see ReGen cheesing this top tower, is Enilatsi coming in to try to deny that. Unaverted and Hacho getting stunned, but managing to get the Haunting Wave out. There we go. There we go. The unit frame taken away. All I gotta do is I gotta click on something that's about to die, and then the unit frame goes away. Fantastic. Looks like we're gonna have a rotation between top and mid here by the other Koreans. Olaf was taken out in the bottom lane there by Falstad. Porky picking up that kill. Doesn't even register as a kill on the board, unfortunately. Hacho getting the double stun there onto Ana. Valimar trying to harass the Palada a little bit. Oh, there's the sleep. There's the Radiant Dash, though, and Karazim will scoot on out of there. Porky heading on down to the bottom lane to go ahead and start up this... Gosh, I can't even speak. I'm so flabbergasted by this Cho'Gall Vikings that I can't speak. The Khazra camp in the bottom lane being taken by Porky. Balog ganked in the mid by ReGen. And here comes iTunes and the Palada to try to pick up this XP. Looks like Porky will be taking this without much trouble. So is just Olaf. Looks like Olaf will be the next attempted gank, but Olaf will scoot on out of there as any Lotzi and iTunes gonna start the Khazra camp on the right-hand side. The Palada gets the slide onto Hacho. Looks like Porky will be starting up the left-hand side camp as Unaverted and Valimar getting some free push into this Vikings. But Cho'Gall coming on down here. There's a nice sleep onto Valimar. But the Radiant Dash is good. Unaverted there to allow the dash out. Right now getting some free push in the top lane here is Centurion. So getting a lot of siege pressure, ReGen is in the early game. Taking a look at the experience so far, they're ahead on the minions, they're ahead on the mercenaries, they're ahead on the hero kills, though that may change very quickly as the objective starts to spawn. They're not going to be able to get the same kind of lane pressure as they battle over these Punishers. Unaverted and Valimar picking up the Shaman camp on the left-hand side for ReGen. There's one thing that the other Koreans might stumble with a little bit. No Viking bribery coming out, so they're not going to be too hot on taking the camps. Gonna have to pretty much go as a whole squad to take that. There's the slide onto Unaverted, using that medallion to get on out of there. Centurion trying to get into the backline to harass Ana. The Palada being pushed out by Unaverted, and it looks like ReGen will manage to take control of this point for the meantime. The other Koreans have a little bit of a minion lead to start off with. Porky just trying to keep that XP high. It gets hit by iTunes. Enilotzi is in there, but the turn is real. ReGen going straight onto the other Koreans. Double stun from Hacho once again, and ReGen is now taking the lead on these minions, and they have the level 7 advantage. The other Koreans still need a couple more minion waves before they have the level 7 to contest this point. But with already 30 minions dead, I think ReGen's got this first Punisher all locked up here. There it is. We're going to have an Arcane Punisher pushing down the middle lane. We're going to see Rag and Falstad splitting here. Valimar looking for an opportunity to come in and finish the gank onto Jay. It looks like we'll peel on out of there. Oh, the rest of ReGen actually going to move up to the top lane here. Jay taken out by Valimar, but this black arrows prevent the fort from turning onto the members of ReGen. Enilotzi and iTunes coming up to try to defend this top fort. It looks like it will be taken down. It's still up. There it is. Unaverted putting some damage onto iTunes on the flank. Enilotzi actually taking a lot of damage here. iTunes trying to stay nice and keep Cho'Gall nice and healthy. But Ana may be going down here. Oh, the Palada. Very nice peel. Double stun on that slide. And iTunes will manage to make it out. Porky. 17 out of 30 on that Sulfurous Hunger's quest. There's the 18. Once again, the black arrows are out. It looks like ReGen just marching around the map doing whatever they please. Jay sending the Eric on back. Valimar has to get away from that fort. And the other Koreans are kind of struggling to find their footing here. They're looking for an engage, they're looking for a flank, but every time they show up, ReGen just switches lanes. Valimar looking to interrupt the rotations here, try to move on to that mid fort. ReGen is going to go ahead and steal this Khazra camp away from the other Koreans unless they can jump onto this point. There's the abilities going out, and it looks like we're going to have a fight here. Hacho is on the point. Level 10s are here for ReGen. Can they use this to pick up this objective? There's the Cocoon onto Cho'Gall. Camp taken by ReGen. There's the full surround. Sleep onto one. Jay coming in to try to help. The double stun is there. Oh, the Gladiator's Medallion managing to pop. The Wailing Arrow sails on past, and ReGen's going to have to back on out of there. Speaking of heroics, we do have the lava wave coming out for Porky. It is the 7-sided strike for Valimar, Cocoon, Mighty Gust, and Wailing Arrow for the remaining members of ReGen. As the other Koreans still searching for level 10 here, but it won't be long. As Hotcho going ahead and starting up this camp, Porky's going to come on in and help that out. Valimar picking up the mid fort, dropping the spray, saying, "You can't catch me." Centurion trying to find the kill onto other Jay. Eric the Swift managing to get away in the top lane as ReGen picking up the left side Khazra camp. The Eye of Cho'Gall taken away as Enilatsi moving onto Porky once again. ReGen, still with all their structures, have now a 2-structure advantage. Just a breath onto this bottom fort will take it out. Valimar putting some damage onto Enilatsi, then getting on out of there. The Radiant Dash onto Hotcho is good. We're going to be having a Mortar Punisher pushing in the top lane. Porky getting the wave clear here. Valimar and Unaverted trying to catch Jay unaware. Balog peeling on out. And it looks like this bottom fort will be going down. That's going to be a 6-3 structure advantage. They're going to get periodic catapults and XP. That's going to be even more difficult for the other Koreans to deal with, as they're going to have now catapults marching down their lanes. ReGen is just forcing the other Koreans further and further back on the map. Enilatsi looking for an angle. Hotcho and crew heading on up to the top lane, and it looks like the fight will be on. Level 13 is not yet here for ReGen, so this is an even Palantir fight. The Pilata gets the stun onto Hotcho. Eric the Swift is going to be swiftly taken out by Karazine. And ReGen is looking to get a stun combo. Ooh, there's the Cocoon, and it looks like they're just going to go after the Pilata here and leave Cho'Gall in the dust. Porky becomes a building, gets the swipe, and Ana is down. Enilatsi now without a healer. Gonna be trying to get away here. The Pilata managing to peel on out. Cho'Gall now being chased down by the remaining members of ReGen. Unaverted using the Haunting Wave to get on top. There's the 7-sided, and Cho'Gall goes down. 25 seconds till the big Ogre Beast is back on the field. And it's going to be ReGen clearing away this Mortar Punisher, and it will be pushing down the top lane here, along with the Shaman camp that was just picked up by Centurion. Valimar still harassing the Vikings wherever they are. Olaf now getting punched on by Valimar, as we now have a 14-12 level advantage. Level 13 not yet here for this defense. The Pilata using the slide to get behind this wall. Punisher still not here, and the cannon tower already down to half health. This wall is basically down. Level 13 is here for the other Koreans. Unaverted using the black arrows, and ReGen is going in. Keep is going to be taken out. There's the stage dive from the Pilata. Centurion managing to barrel roll away, but still getting slowed. There's the big gust along with the Cocoon. Enilatsi still has the Twisting Nether. Sylvanas actually going to go down here. And there's the nano-boosted Cho'Gall putting in some work. Still, top keep is taken away. And that's a now 6-2 structure advantage for ReGen. Approaching level 16 to level 13 here as they go ahead and steal away this Khazra camp, stealing another chunk of XP. They're just going to go ahead here and paint the map blue, try to deny as much experience as possible to the members of the other Koreans. Bottom Khazra camp taken by ReGen. Porky starting up the left side Khazra camp. And all that the other Koreans can do really is clear. They've got to try to find a level 16. That's their only chance to get back in this game, is to just overpower with their big Cho'Gall ace in the hole here. Jay and crew managing to pick up the Shaman camp before ReGen can invade. Centurion is going to be pushing down the bottom lane solo, prompting Enilatsi to come on in and get the defense. ReGen rotating down here. Ooh, the nudge from Gall is enough to get Cho'Gall on out of there. Bottom keep wall being burned down. Porky going down to about half health here, gonna have to be careful. But there's the last shot onto the cannon tower. It is 16-14. Sleep Dart from Ana connects onto Porky once again. Right now we're just working on wave clear. Level 17 is here for ReGen. They're looking for a pick. If they get a pick, they're going core. Centurion trying to work down this well. There's the sleep. Radiant Dash Cleanse is online for Valimar. That's a pretty big deal here versus this Ana. Level 16 still not here for the other Koreans though. ReGen has an ever-closing opportunity to get a big fight on this tilted talent here. There it is. There's the stun onto... Ooh, Jay manages to absorb the stuns there. ReGen just rotating around, taking out these walls, getting as much of this stored XP as possible. They're going to have level 18 here in just a moment. That scaling advantage never looked better. Hacho looking for the stun, will not find it. And now they're just going to rotate down. The Palada could be in trouble here. Who uses the face melt to create space and get on out of there. Level 16 is about to be here for the members of the other Koreans, and there it is. This could be a problem here for ReGen. Level 16 is a big tier. As we do see the leaden orb coming out from Gaul. That means that Cho'Gall is going to start stunning. As we see the Frozen Punisher will be coming into the bottom lane. 7 seconds on this camp. ReGen will wait patiently. The Palada just watching out for those rotations. And there it is. Now it's the other Koreans that really want to look for a fight here. As ReGen is quickly approaching level 19 and soon level 20, the Palada gets the slide onto a Nubarak, but not before the Q goes out. Palada taking a lot of damage here. Hacho commits to it. Anylotsy putting some big damage onto Unaverted. The nano boost is not there. Mighty Gust trying to save Sylvanas will be successful. iTunes managing to survive to put the nano boost onto Cho'Gall. There's the stage dive from the Palada. Anylotsy getting very, very low, but Ragnaros will be the first to go down. There goes Cho'Gall, though. Ana going down in the bottom lane. Hacho trying to get away from Jay. There goes Balog. Valimar and Unaverted trying to chase down the Palada. There's the play it again from Jay. But it looks like ReGen is on the chase. There goes Eric. Hacho is looking for Olaf in the back line. They've got a Shaman camp pushing onto the core here. Hacho just chasing around this poor Olaf. Centurion throws the Q, and there goes the last remaining member of the Vikings. Valimar pushing down this mid-keep. Unaverted gonna go ahead and grab this Frozen Punisher. Level 20 is here for ReGen. And I'm not sure what the other Koreans can do at this point. Cho'Gall is about to be back on the field alongside Ana. The Palada getting stunned there. There's the 7-sided. Oh no, the Mighty Gust actually pushing out of the 7-sided. I think it's going to be enough though. There goes ETC. That's 50 seconds without the Palada. Anylotsy trying to put up the defense here. 7-sided down for another 35 seconds. Mid-keep is taken out. The combo is ready. Nano Boost is up. Valimar trying to get away here. Centurion gonna have to be careful. Anylotsy put out some big, big damage. It is 20 to 17, but this is not a foregone conclusion just yet. Frozen Punisher going to be pushing the bottom lane. ETC will be back up by the time the Punisher gets here. There's the stun onto Jay. Balog going to go down. Looks like Anylotsy's going in. Oh, but the cocoon is good. Played again is popped. The 7-sided will be denied by the Molten Block. There's the Nano Boost. They need to get damage onto Cho'Gall. Valimar getting stunned out by that leaden orb once again. Porky trying to get away here. iTunes getting keyed on by Unaverted. There goes Ana. Anylotsy is not going to have any more heals. Sylvanas goes down. Hacho finds Balog. Without Ana, that's a lot of the power gone for this Cho'Gall. The Punisher is going to be moving onto the core. Ragnaros becomes a building. The core shielding is gone. And without the Ana, I fear that the other Koreans may be in trouble here. Anylotsy doing their best. Gets rooted. Eric taken out by ReGen. Core down to 90%. This Punisher still over half health. Hacho just getting stunned and stunned and stunned. There goes a Nubarak. Porky maybe going down here. Oh, Cho'Gall taken out by Valimar. The Palada may be going down as well. Centurion is actually down. It's only Ragnaros and Razim left on the field, but I think that this Punisher is going to be enough There's the jump onto ETC. Valamar's on the core, and ReGen with the 3-0 domination. GG. ReGen dominating from start to finish. They had to get ahead, they had to stay ahead, and they did. But once you saw that level 16 there for the other Koreans, they were really starting to turn those fights. If that core defense had gone differently, it would have been pretty tough there for ReGen to continue to push on through. But they get the fight they want, and ReGen picking up the 3-0 series victory. Centurion on the Falstad leading the way for ReGen, 42,500 hero damage. Gaul, played by Klotzy, dishing out the pain at nearly 48,000 hero damage for the other Koreans. Quick peek at the talent screen before we close out here for Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division. Alrighty, 3-0 ReGen, pushing their match record up to 2-1, adding another 3 wins on the board, putting them at 8-5 on the map record. Very nicely done. The other Koreans just not able to push through the big plays of ReGen. Thank you very much for joining me for today's broadcast. Unfortunately, I've got to get moving. But thank you very much for coming on out. Remember, check out nexusgamingseries.org to learn all you can about the Storm Division. Go over to Match Arena if you want to contribute to the prize pool here at the Nexus Gaming Series. And we are, and don't forget the Patreon if you want to support NGS. That's all for me. And the mods are going to put in a raid, and I will see you next time. Bye.